Hello. So I just had this, I don't know, idea that I just wanted to doodle some flowers and just grab some pens and see what comes out. And then I actually found this really cute thing my sister said I could have. Um, was that about business card size? Maybe 2 inches by 3 inches, all shades of green. It's so pretty. So I was thinking I would start with this first one. It's actually a little bit stained, which is great because I'm going to draw some lavender-inspired blobby flowers on there. I actually try not to be like botanically correct when I'm making flowers because I feel like it's okay to like make whatever you feel like doing. You don't have to be like the correct number of petals or the right number of leaves. It can just be whatever you feel like doing. So this is just what I happened to pick up, and it is a bunch of pastel sharpies. And I'm thinking that I am just going to press like that. So I just did a quick little stem, and then I just kind of dabbed and made a whole bunch of little dots down the stem. And then I was thinking of doing another row. I personally like to rotate my canvas. I usually paint rocks, so I just rotate the rock however I like the brush stroke or whatever. I just rotate and make it, instead of rotating my hand, I just rotate the canvas. So in this case, it's this little piece of paper. Other times it's a rock, other times it's a paper. Even when I'm doing my lettering, I just find what I'm comfortable with, and then I just rotate the item that I'm working on. So I actually like the angle that this is coming out at. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to do another layer in a different color, and I wanted to see, I've never done this before, so I wanted to first see what it would look like. So that was like a lavender, a very beautiful Sharpie. I've never had one that color before. And then I was thinking of doing another little layer in the light pink. And then maybe some other ones with this little like bluish combination. Okay, so I don't really know where to put these little guys. Okay, so it's totally not coming out how I thought it would. I was thinking that this pink, so the little pink is not showing up on the purple. So now I'm going to just dot all over and see how that comes out. I'm actually not loving it at all. So I think what I'm going to do on the next set is I think I'm going to do the lighter color first and then dot with the darker color. So I've already finished this. So what I think I'm going to do is on this third one, I'm just dotting this lighter pink kind of at the base of the stem, sort of like where the darker petal mates the stem, just because these little dots aren't really doing anything. Okay, so now I'm going to try the blue, and I have lots and lots of pages. So this is kind of like a, what do you call it? Where you just keep trying different things. So I'm going to try to do this light green pastel color over here, and then I'm going to dot the light blue. Kind of disappointed that this purple one didn't come out like lavender, because that's originally, when I saw these pens, I thought lavender, and it didn't come out at all. But that's the fun part about making art and creating, is that as you try different things, you'll learn what works and what doesn't, and mixing paint is really fun, and you come out with all different colors. Also, with these pastel Sharpies, they're going to look different on different kinds of paper. You know, I forgot this was a Sharpie. So this is kind of a cardstock paper, and it actually bled through. So I'm actually lucky it didn't actually bleed through to the next one. But this is actually kind of cool. The back side, it sort of looks like watercolor. It's actually a good like technique to keep in mind, is that you could do something where it actually does bleed through. Oh, now that I mention it. Right before I started this live, I actually had tested the pens on here, and this is the side I did it on, and this is the back side, and it actually looks really pretty, like watercolor. So that would actually be a kind of fun art thing to do, is like do something where you could actually have it be two-sided, or frame it in one of those clear glass frames where you can actually see both sides. Okay, so this is actually the lighter, very pale pastel blue, and then this is the little bit medium pastel blue. So I actually dotted it on top of this, and it actually barely shows. So I don't really want to use a different pen, but I guess I could. Well, let's just see how. Now I'm going to try to dot this on the darker blue. So that actually shows up. But honestly, it shows up right when I dot it, but as it dries, it kind of gets lighter. But that's actually doing what I wanted it to do. Oh, but you could actually use the pink. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the pink on the blue comes out sort of purpley, like a very light lavender lilac. Kind of reminds me of the color of hydrangeas. Okay. And then since I have one more stem and I have this other pen, I feel like I should try it with the purple. So I'm going to try it with the light. Let me try zoom in here. I'm going to use the light pink color, and I'm just dabbing. I don't even know how far I should be going down. Am I supposed to have like little leaves? Here I am saying, oh, I don't really make an effort to make it botanically correct, but at the same time, if I'm actually trying to make it look like lavender, I guess I should put some greenery. I don't have any green though. I mean, I don't have a green of the Sharpie. I've got other greens like highlighters and other green pens, but I was just trying to do this live stream with just this set of pens that I happen to find. Okay, so now I'm trying to think what color I should use to dot the base. I think I'm going to use this purple. So I'm actually visiting my sister, and this has been actually an interesting experience as far as art and creating goes because I did not bring any of my art supplies with me. So I'm just randomly using whatever she has lying around. That's why every time I do a live stream, I have slightly different supplies because my niece is 13 years old, and then my sister does a lot of crafty things, so she has different pens for different purposes. And then I do painted rocks, so I have a lot of paint pens. And then I also do signs and lettering, so I have a lot of like sharpies and Crayola markers and just things to make signs. So this is actually fun just because I am not in control of my art supplies. And since I'm only visiting, I'm actually not going to buy any art supplies just for my visit. So there's my little thing, and I'm actually going to just write something on there. Just so that I can leave this as a little note somewhere. I'm going to just add a couple more smaller little things. I just feel like since I didn't put any leaves, that I should have something at the bottom here. So I just put some little smaller leaves. Since I made this one kind of big, I feel like it should. It's kind of like when I make a little field of poppies. I put a bunch of like little ones all over, and then I tend to do things like in a really like perfectionist, orderly manner when they should be more natural. And so it bugs me because like I just made, this was not my intention. I just wanted to add some greenery to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to start a new one. And, oh, see, that's kind of neat. I think what I'm going to do, I sort of want to do like a wreath, like a circular pattern of flowers. So I'm going to just see how that comes out. And I wonder, let me just try it on a different color. This little cutie pad has different shades. So I'm going to do it on this darker one. I'm going to actually just do a bunch of little flowers. Okay, so I'm going to do a bunch of 5-petaled flowers in a heart shape. So I'm making 5 dots, and then I'm going to put them around in a heart shape. So this is the this flower. This flower right here is this part of the heart, and then I'm going to draw this flower next so that I kind of know where I'm aiming for. And I'm making 5 dots so that it's gonna be like this and then like this. And because I'm going off the edge here, I'm gonna make that flower first. And I'm actually okay with it being a little bit wonky, like not super symmetrical, because you can always fill it in with little baby flowers, and it's actually super cute. So I'm just making a bunch of 5-petaled flowers in the shape of a heart, And then I'm going to make a center dot. And it's okay that these flowers are all different sizes. I actually want them to be random sizes. And let's see. I don't know what color to make the center, so I'm just going to try different colors. So this is that pale pink, which I don't think has enough contrast. I'm going to try this purple. It's kind of cute. I'm going to try this light blue. This other blue. So basically I made a bunch of little flowers with different colors for the centers, and I'm not loving any of them. I think it's because I made the center too big. So I'm going to just make barely a dot. A little dot. So that the center of the flower, see, like I didn't really like how these ones were. But now I just made for this one I barely made a dot. I also have this pen. Ooh. Okay, so I kind of like that because there's contrast. Of course, now it won't focus. Sorry about that. So I actually used this, whatever, rollerball pen and just made the dot. And I like that there's more contrast there. So I'm just going to do that. And if you're not comfortable like having these floating flowers to make the heart shape, you can actually make all the dots first. Like, so if you put a dot here and a dot here, then you can, and kind of fill out your heart shape. Then you can draw the petals. You can draw the petals around it. So I think what I'm going to do is sort of put these here so that if anybody's joining and not knowing what I'm doing, that it kind of makes it more obvious that this is a heart. Hello, Cat's Eye fan. Actually, okay, so even though I'm doing this thing, I'm going to draw a cat because I just love cats. So let's see. I'm going to do a purple cat. Do a purple cat. So I wanted to do a live stream where I just draw cats, and every time I do it, there's like no viewers. So now today I decided to draw flowers, and it was okay because when I saw these pens, I actually didn't really think I wanted to draw pastel cats. I actually just wanted to draw like lavender flowers. Oh no, I actually think I have to go soon, so let me finish this cat up real quick. Oh, okay, so I've never colored with these pastel sharpies before. And they're actually, oh, I gotta go. But I gotta do this tail. And I'm on a live stream, so I'm almost done. Hold on. So I have to go. Sorry about that. But do this really quick. Meow. Okie dokie. I gotta go. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.